So today we're checking out some of the best cases for the Galaxy A54 5G. I'll leave a link down below with current pricing and more information. So let's go ahead and get started. Now the Spigen Liquid Air Armor case only comes in this black color. It's a pretty flexible TPU case. Pretty simple to get this case on. It does have a little bit of play there in the sides. Overall fits the phone pretty snug though. It's got some nice texture there on the power button. You'll also notice there's some ridges on each side, helps give it a little bit better grip. And then as far as functionality, really nice buttons, as usual with Spigen. They also have some nice clickiness to them, nice screen protection all the way around. I'm not sure if you can see the pattern in this video. Also has a little bit of a texture here on the back. Now this is a really thin case, but it still has just enough protection going around the cameras and flash there on the back. Nice extra large cutout for the charging port. One of the lighter cases out there, only 36 grams for the case itself. Weighs in at 234 grams with the case on. Overall, nice and thin case here by Spigen with some decent protection and grip as well. Now if you want a case that's a little more rugged, but still somewhat slim, the Scout Series case by UAG comes in two different colors, mallard blue, or the one shown here is black. This one also has military standard drop protection as well. You can see it does have a little bit of flex to it. Pretty simple to put this one on, really nice and snug fit. Does have a little bit of play there on the sides, but as you can see, really nice screen protection on all sides. You'll also notice here on the sides, it's a little bit rougher texture, which definitely helps to give it a little extra grip. You just have the UAG logo there towards the bottom. It's got nice protection around the cameras on the back. Buttons stick out really nice there on the side as well. The power button does have a little bit more clickiness than the volume buttons, but they both actually seem to work pretty good on here. Extra large cutout for the charging port. A little bit larger on the speaker on this one as well. The case itself is 46 grams, weighs in at 248 grams with the case on. Overall, just a nice rugged, yet still slim case by UAG. Now if you're just looking for a clear case, there's actually three different versions of the Fusion case by Ringke. You have matte, smoke black, matte clear, and the one shown here is just clear. It's got softer TPU material around the edges. This one's pretty rigid. It's got a hard plastic shell there in the back. Probably one of the easiest cases to put on. And this one fits nice and snug. Extra screen protection on the top and bottom, and then just enough there on the sides. Really nice and clean look there on the back, especially if you're wanting to see the color of your phone. It's got some nice texture here on the power button, and they seem to stick out plenty. Probably some of the best as far as how much clickiness and just how easy the buttons are to use. You've also got just enough protection there on the back to protect the cameras. Nice and large cutout there on the bottom for the charging port. This one also has holes on the sides for a lanyard. Now normally with clear cases, you are going to get some fingerprints, but on this one it actually doesn't look that bad. This one might be the lightest case so far, only 30 grams. Weighs in at 230 grams with the case on. So again, if you're just looking for a clear case, it's going to be tough to beat this one by Ringke. Now one of my favorite cases is the Nano Pop by Caseology. Really, I just like how they style this one. You can get three different colors, light violet, blueberry navy, and the one shown here is black sesame. You can see how they've got the accent color on the inside and on the back where the cameras are. This one is super rigid, hardly flexes at all. Does have just a little bit of play there on the sides, not much though. Really nice and clean design here on the back. You can see the nice gray accent color that goes around the cameras. Definitely has plenty of protection there. Now the TPU material is real smooth here on the back, but then down here on the bottom on the sides, they put sort of a rough texture here. Actually makes it a lot grippier than you would think. Power and volume buttons stick out plenty on here as well. There's not a lot of clickiness to these buttons, but they actually work really nice. Doesn't really take much effort though to use these. Extra large cutout there for the charging port. The case itself weighs about 48 grams. I do wish they could make this one a little bit lighter. Weighs in at 246 grams with the case on. Overall, just a really nice design here by Caseology. Definitely still one of my favorite cases. Now taking it up one notch from the NanoPop case, the Caseology Afflex case comes in 3 different colors: active orange, active black, and the one shown here is active green. This one definitely feels a little thicker than the NanoPop case. Has a little bit of play there on the sides. Nice screen protection all the way around. Really nice and rough texture pretty much all over this case. You also have the bright accent color going around the cameras on the back. Nice protection there as well. You can see even on the power and volume buttons, it's got that rough texture on it. The buttons on this one actually feel better than the NanoPop case. Definitely have more clickiness to them. And then of course with this case, probably one of the best out there as far as grip goes, just because of the rougher texture. Nice and large cutout there for the charging port. Weighs in at 54 grams for the case itself. Weighs in at 258 grams with the case on. I don't really see much they could improve on this case, other than just maybe make it a little bit lighter, but it is nice and rugged, has really good grip. Now the Ringke Fusion X case, which is more of a rugged looking phone, although it's super thin, comes in 2 different colors, black where it's clear on the back, or this one here which is camo black. I feel like this one has nice texture there on the back. This one's super rigid, doesn't really flex at all. Really nice and snug fit with this one. Does have a little bit of play there on the sides, but not too bad. Really nice screen protection on this one. Extra on the top and bottom, even curves around the corners a bit. The power button has some nice texture on it. And as you can see, they separate the volume buttons as well. The buttons are really nice and tactile. Just has really good clickiness to them, especially the power button. You've also got a rough texture here on the sides, which is definitely going to give you extra grip while holding the phone. Pretty nice and rugged looking design here on the back. You'll also notice how much protection there is around the cameras. Also is going to help stop the phone from rocking back and forth. Nice and large cutout there for the charging port. Only 36 grams for the case itself. Only 234 grams with the case on. Overall, just a really nice thin, but yet still pretty rugged case by Ringke. I also thought I would throw this Dual Shield grip case by Tudia in here, or is it called Merge Grip? I don't know, it's really confusing, but I feel like they're improving on the quality of their cases here within the past couple years. This one's available in several colors: purple, matte black, indigo blue, and the one shown here is pine green. This one is a hybrid case. You've got a soft TPU material on the inside, harder plastic shell on the back. Really nice and snug as far as the fit goes. Barely moves on the sides at all. A little bit flatter style for the screen protection, but I feel like it's just enough all the way around. Buttons stick out plenty there on the sides so you can find where they're located without looking. Not a whole lot of clickiness to them, but they do seem to work pretty good. Good protection around the cameras on the back, although I feel like they could have made the cutout a little bit closer. You've got some texture on the back and on the sides, so plenty of grip with this case. Nice and large cutout for the charging port, and nice and large for the speaker as well. 54 grams for the case itself. Weighs in at 254 grams with the case on. Overall, pretty nice and rugged case, but yet still pretty thin by Tudia. Another one that's kind of rugged, but yet not super heavy duty, if that makes sense. The Tough Armor case by Spigen comes in 2 different colors. You've got black, and the one shown here is metal slate. This one also has military grade drop protection as well. You can see this one's a hybrid case. You've got a softer TPU material on the inside. Definitely makes it nice and rigid. Doesn't seem to flex too much. This one has nice screen protection all the way around. Probably one of the best as far as how it fits. Probably one of the best parts of this is going to be the ridges there on the power button. I don't know, it just feels really nice when using it. I kind of wish more case companies would do that. Has some really nice clickiness to the power button. The volume buttons are smoother, but still work really good on here. It doesn't take much effort to use them. Nice and thick there in the back. Plenty of protection for the cameras. Sort of feels like it's got a little bit of soft touch material on the back as well. And then of course you've got your metal kickstand there. Gives you two different angles when in the stand position. The case itself weighs in at 60 grams. Weighs in at 258 grams with the case on. Overall, pretty nice job on this one by Spigen.
So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.